Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Kristi. Today I have an easy keto meal prep video for you. I will be doing a breakfast, a lunch, a dinner, and one snack. If you're not already subscribed, I'd love to have you as a member of my YouTube family. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and join our Facebook group. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we're having taco salads this week, so I'm going to go ahead and meal prep my chicken, which is going to be our main component of our tacos. So it's going to be chicken taco salad is what we're going to do. I've already laid my chicken out so that it would thaw in the refrigerator overnight. I'm just going to put this in the crock pot so I really don't have to deal with it. So it's going to be super simple. And then when it's done, I can just shred it, transfer it over into a glass container, store it in the refrigerator. Then we can just heat it up throughout the week as we need it, not really have to worry about cooking a really long meal. So all I have here is 4 chicken breasts. I'm going to go ahead and put them in my crock pot, which I already have on low. Just going to let them cook on low all day. I'm just going to layer them in the bottom. You could do more if you need to. Condiments that I'm going to be adding in are the Dax spices. This is the taco night. There is no sugar or anything in this bag, so I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle that on top. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of pink salt since the Dax seasoning doesn't have any. And then I want to add some salsa for that to cook in. The one I picked up is new at my Aldi. This is organic double fire roasted salsa. It is only a medium heat. As far as the ingredients go, there is no sugars added. And for 2 tablespoons, it's only 2 carbs. With any salsa, it's going to be higher carbs, of course, because there's tomato added into this. But 2 carbs per 2 tablespoons isn't that bad. And a lot of that's going to cook down into this. So I'm just going to take a couple of spoonfuls and layer it over the top of my chicken. Of course, not touching my chicken because I don't want to contaminate the salsa. Now, when this gets done cooking completely, it's going to have the flavor from the salsa and the seasonings. So now I'm just going to go ahead and add the lid and be done, not have to worry about that the rest of the day. Okay, chicken is completely done. It cooked for several hours on low, and you can see I've already shredded it. This is going to be great one busy night when we just need to fix a quick dinner. It's going to be taco bowls. Chicken's already done. This week for the girls' grab and go breakfast before school, I am making the blueberry muffins from the Southern Keto Cookbook. I highly suggest this one. I'll have it linked below if you guys want to check it out. There's tons of wonderful recipes in here. I do have my own blueberry muffin recipe, and I'll have that also linked for you guys in the cards if you want to check it out. But I want to try this one and see how it goes. I do have all these blueberries that I'm afraid are going to go bad. So I can't tell you everything that goes in this because I don't feel like it would be fair considering this is not my recipe. But I can tell you everything that's in it, just not the measurements. So you need almond flour, granulated sugar, I'm using Swerve, baking powder, 2 eggs, blueberries, sour cream, salt, and it calls, I think, for vanilla extract, but I'm making lemon blueberry muffins, so I'm using lemon extract. I'm going to start out with a tip, and that is going to be every time you bake something in your baked goods for keto, you want to make sure you sift your flours. So I'm going to start out with my almond flour, and I'm putting it in the sifter. And since I already have out my sifter, I'm just going to put all my dry goods in there. So I'm going to go ahead and add, today I'm using Swerve as our sweetener instead of Pure. I'll add that. Next is baking powder. And then I'm going to add in some pink salt. That is all as far as my dry goods. And now I just want to sift it to get all the lumps out and the big hard chunks of almond flour, because even though it says it's super fine, sometimes there are big chunks of almond in here, and that will make your baking product gritty, and I am not a fan of a gritty texture. You see those in there? And this is why I sift. That is actually chunks of almond that will not go through. So I'll just dump that part in the garbage, and everything else is sifted out and is fine. Is that in a separate bowl, go ahead and add in 2 eggs. To the eggs, we're gonna add in sour cream. Then your extract of choice, I'm using lemon because I want lemon blueberry muffins. Now I'm just gonna whisk this together until combined. Now that I have this mixture combined, I'm just gonna go ahead and slowly add some of this in and start to stir until it gets incorporated. Now I'm just going to take my blueberries and I'm going to gently fold those in. This is my muffin pan. You have seen it a million times. It's the silicone mold. Absolutely love it. It's a huge set that you can get on Amazon, and I'll have it linked down there for you guys. This is absolutely amazing. I did go ahead and spray this down with a little bit of ghee spray that I picked up from Thrive. That is a completely unnecessary step because I've never had any issue with things just not popping right out. This recipe is supposed to make 12 muffins. I'm gonna go ahead and put 1 scoop in all of these so that I can get them as even as possible, and then I'll go back and add more. I did manage to go ahead and divide this up into 12 muffins. Not really sure how much they're gonna rise. We'll just have to wait and see. These go in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. I set my timer on 20 minutes instead of 25 because I wanted to check them, and they're already getting golden brown on top, and I think they're going to be done because I don't want to overcook these. So for me and my stove, it only took 20 minutes for these. So I would start these at about 15-20 minutes so you can check on them. I took them off the baking sheet and just added them onto a wire rack so that they could start to cool, and then as they cool and I can pop them out easier, I'll just lay them on here. Once they're completely cooled, you don't have to store these in the refrigerator immediately, but after a couple of days I definitely would. We just automatically store ours in the refrigerator because better safe than sorry, and then when we want them, we'll warm them up and add butter. This week's dessert is going to be the pure organic, sugar-free, bakeable chocolate fudge brownie mix. Keto friendly, high in fiber, gluten-free. I got this in my Keto crate. Guys, I've not talked to you about Keto crate yet. Not sponsored, but I love the Keto crate. I've already got 2 boxes. I'm looking forward to my next one. It gives me a chance to try products that I can't find in my area, or even bars when you don't want to have to buy an entire box. I'm loving Keto crate. I will have them linked below if you want to go check it out, and I do have a pretty big discount that you can use when you sign up with them. Look how easy this recipe is. It needs 3 tablespoons of oil, 1/3 cup of water, and 1 egg. That is it. I wanted to let you know, in case you asked, the serving size on these are 11. It makes 11 brownies, and they'll have 5 net carbs. We may make them smaller than that, but these are USDA organic and non-GMO project certified. I'm excited to try these. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out my 3 tablespoons of oil. Can you tell how cold it is? The oil I'm gonna be using is coconut oil. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in my bowl and then melt it up. So I melted my 3 tablespoons of coconut oil in the microwave. Now I'm gonna add in 1/3 of a cup of water, my brownie mix, And I'm gonna add my egg last because it's not at room temperature and I don't want my oil to solidify again. I think that's good. So then it just calls for 1 egg. The directions say to mix this up completely. I went ahead and mixed this up and now I'm gonna go extra with my Lollis chocolate chips. These are the milk chocolate style baking chips, no sugar added, sweetened with stevia. And what I'm gonna do is just basically add a handful of these, maybe a handful and a half. And then I'll just fold those in. The directions on the back say to line an 8x8 with parchment paper and then spray it. So I'm gonna use, this is just the ghee again from Thrive Market. Even before this is baked, it smells amazing. I use a silicone spatula or little utensil. That way I can get every single last drop of this out. We don't want to waste any. And silicone works so good at getting your bowl completely clean. Then I'm just going to spread this around. Try to get it as even as possible all the way. The instructions say 375 for 24 to 28 minutes. I'm going to set my timer at 20 and then I'll come back and check. Okay, so here are the brownies so far. They've been in 20 minutes and it calls for 24 to 28. I want to go ahead and check these because I hate it when my brownies get overdone. So here they are. I only left them in 20 minutes. That was plenty long enough. I inserted a pick. It came out clean. I do not want these to get overdone. And I guarantee they're going to be rich. I'm gonna put these on this wire rack and I'm gonna let them sit here and completely cool before I try to cut them up. I moved over to the side so you can see better with the light. Can you tell? These look so good. Warmed with a scoop of either your Rebel or your Enlightened ice cream, just a little bit, and maybe some Cool Whip. Would that not be amazing? That's why I'm thinking I'll probably cut these up into smaller servings. Instead of 11, maybe a few more than that, so they'll have less carbs and we can add stuff to it. But this is going to be a great dessert for the week. Once I cut it up, I'll put it in another glass container like I always do and store it like that. I don't think you need to refrigerate these. I am boiling eggs this week. Yes, I'm still old school and do it on the stove. I'm going to boil these to make egg salad. It is a super quick lunch for the girls. I'll already have it made up in advance. All I have to do is just scoop it out and put it in their lunch box along with a couple of other things. So I went ahead and boiled my eggs. I did put them in an ice bath and it makes them really simple to peel. I'm going to be cutting them up into chunks with this. I did pick this up at Aldi. It's just a egg slicer. You'll put your egg in here, put it down, and it'll just go ahead and chop it up for you. Much easier than doing it with a knife. I'm only doing 6 eggs this week because the girls only have to go to school 4 days this week, and I don't want them to take it every single day. So I slice it once, then I rotate it, and then slice it again. I really don't do much to my egg salad because the girls are sort of picky about stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some pink salt. Then I'm gonna add some mustard. I picked this one up at Aldi and there's nothing in it. Mostly, unless you're getting a honey mustard, then you should be fine. The mayonnaise that we pick up is Duke's. I know that it does have soybean oil in it, which is an inflammatory, but I do not like the Primal mayonnaise, or the Primal Kitchen mayo. So I'm gonna add my mayo and then I'm just going to gently stir this up. I don't have any measurements for this because basically this is just deviled eggs. I mean, seriously, my kids don't like anything else in it. I used to put sweet pickle relish in it before we started keto, but I have a hard time finding one that is sugar-free and doesn't have a ton of horrible ingredients in it. So we just do it plain like this. This is definitely enough for about 3 lunches this week for the girls, probably 2 for Kerrigan and 1 for Briley. Now all I'm gonna do is put my lid on here and I'll store it in the refrigerator. Thank you so much for watching this week's Easy Keto Meal Prep. I'll see you in the next video, and I hope everyone has a great week. Bye.